Now, at this point of time, Omicron mutant variant is spread to over 38 different countries around the world, as the new variant has now been termed as highly transmissible by the WHO. What is interesting at this point of time is that no deaths have been linked to the Omicron mutant variant so far. So let's take a look at some of the new developments that have been reported from around the world so far as the new mutant variant is concerned. Now, Chile has reported its very first ever case of the Omicron variant. The infection was reported in a tourist from Ghana, and authorities confirmed the passenger was in fact vaccinated with 2 rounds of the Pfizer vaccine. Other passengers from the flight are also being tested. More than 38,000 lives have been lost in Chile so far to the COVID-19 infections. Australia has cleared the first COVID-19 vaccines for children aged 5 to 11, with the next stage of the vaccine rollout expected to start early next year. The vaccination drive is aimed to inoculate as many as about 2.3 million Australian children. They'll receive a smaller dosage in comparison with the vaccines used for children aged 12 and above. The decision follows policies from countries in the European Union, the United States, the State of Israel and Canada. Booster shots were authorized in October, with people encouraged to receive their 3rd jab after 6 months. And almost 93% of Australians above the age of 16 have now received a first dose of the vaccine, with 88% of the population having been fully inoculated. Meanwhile, the outgoing German Chancellor Angela Merkel has made an emotional appeal to the country's citizens, just a day after the country decided to allow unvaccinated people from accessing stores only for basic necessities. Germany has also made vaccination mandatory in the country. Germany has recorded more than 60,000 new cases of infections in the last 24 hours. 378 deaths were also reported, raising the toll to more than 100,000 deaths. Meanwhile, health passes in the autonomous region of Catalonia has urged its citizens. Thousands of anti-coronavirus vaccination protesters gathered in Barcelona to protest against the COVID-19 passports. Vaccination centres were shut in some regions and police were summoned to disperse the long queues. Meanwhile, Catalonia's regional health minister has urged citizens to see that the health pass is just one more measure in combating the spread of the virus. The Brazilian city of Sao Paulo was brought to a virtual standstill after thousands of demonstrators protested against its president, Jair Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro has been accused of COVID-19 mismanagement in his country. Now, most of the protesters were women. More than 600,000 people, remember, have so far died in Brazil due to the COVID-19 infections. In a recent poll, Bolsonaro's popularity has hit the lowest point of his time in office, with 53% of all respondents showing disapproval for his leadership ahead of the presidential election slated for next year. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.